Welcome back to the DIYnanny channel. Today I'm solving a problem with a DIY, but before I'll tell you all about it, if you're new here, welcome! I'm the DIYnanny and I share DIYs, craft and little hacks that I create in the playroom. You can check out the rest of my videos, and if you like them, you can hit that subscribe button. Now let's begin! Today I'm solving a problem, and the problem is chess. Not actually chess like the game, but the pieces of chess and the boards of chess that are scattered around our house. I'm kidding, they're not scattered around the house. They actually have a specific spot that goes in. There's two bins that they goes in, but in these bins there's a big mess, and I'm going to solve it today. So the kids are playing chess and they also compete, and it means we have a lot of chess sets in the house. Some of them comes in a box where the box is the chessboard, and then it's very easy cleanup. You just toss all the pieces in the box and close it, and it stays like that. But some of them just come the pieces and a board, either a board that you can roll or fold. And I mean, some came with an organizing system. The board that you can roll came with like this long bag that you can roll it, put in, and then put the pieces inside. And some came with two bags, black and white, to put the pieces. However, most of the sets ended up in ziplocks. I'm assuming because it's just easier to clean up like that. You take like a big ziplock and you stuff everything inside, but it doesn't look good. And also, for some reason, you always need new ziplock. It's like they open in a set to play and then someone takes the ziplocks away to, I don't know, put a sandwich in. Last time they went to a competition, they took a set in a ziplock and came back without the ziplock, just all the pieces thrown in a backpack. So I was thinking I can make a better solution for that. At first, I was thinking that I can just go and buy a pouch that it's big enough to hold the pieces and at least the folding boards. I'm gonna figure out if I have a solution for the one that you can roll, and just kind of decorate it somehow so it would be nice to look at and also remind them what is it for. But then I remember I have this fabrics in the house. I actually got it for the supermarket makeover. I made like little bags for some food items, and it is given chess vibes, I guess. And I do have zippers in different colors just because I'm sewing some things sometimes and I just have it in the house. So I was thinking, why not just sew it instead of go look for something in the size. So I'm gonna make two pouches that are kind of in a size of a big ziplocks for the two sets we have, with kind of a silicone board that you can fold and roll so they can fit it in as well. And then I'll figure out if I want to find solution for the other sets. So I'm gonna start with red and blue because these are their favorite colors. There are good tutorials to how to make a pouch on YouTube, but I'm gonna share it as well. So what you do, you take your outside piece, you put it with the right side on top. This one doesn't actually have a right side. I think I can use both sides, so it doesn't matter for me. But you put the zipper facing the right side, like right side down, and then you put the lining on top. And you're gonna run a stitch here, connecting all three together. Because it's hard to stitch next to the zipper, so I'm gonna start from like here, go down, and then I'll open the zipper and come back to do this one. So here's my stitch, and now I open it, both of them, and you see the lining is inside, and the fabric that I want is here outside where I can open it. Now we're gonna pin down these two together here and run a stitch here so that the lining doesn't go up and get stuck in the zipper. All right, now that we have this, we're gonna do the other side. And we're gonna do it exactly the same. So this is how it goes. So we're putting this down, right side up, if you have sides to your thingy. And then we put the zipper right side facing down. Sorry. And the lining on top. And we're gonna pin this and do the same thing. We're gonna stitch, we're gonna flip over both sides, and we're gonna stitch so it doesn't get caught in the zipper. So now that we have this, we basically need to connect the two outside pieces together and the two lining pieces together. A few things to remember. First of all, have your zipper open. Since we're gonna be flipping it from the lining side, which doesn't have the zipper, it would be hard and almost impossible to flip it if the zipper is closed. So have the zipper at least halfway open. Second of all, we're gonna sew all around, right, to connect them. We're gonna leave an opening right here. So remember to leave an opening so you can put your hands in and flip it. And last thing is the zipper metal or plastic parts needs to be facing the lining like this when you pin it down. So let's do that. So I sewed everything around. I also cut it with a zigzag scissors. You don't have to do it, it's not going to be visible, just a little thread kind of annoyed me, so I went all around. This is our opening. It's quite small, but I think it's gonna work. But before I flip it, you can actually flip it right now, but I want the bottoms to be kind of a flat rectangle, so we're gonna take care of the corners first. And I think I'm gonna measure like across maybe 5 centimeters, something like that, and gonna run a stitch right here in all 4 corners to make the flat bottom. Right, I'm gonna trim these corners. You don't have to, but I will. And then we're gonna flip it. Now we're gonna flip it. And as you see, our zipper is open, so it's easy to reach and get our fabric out. We can open it all the way now. And this is our pouch. Last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna actually take the lining back out. We're gonna close this little gap. Just simple stitch, so we're not gonna have a hole in the middle right here. That's it. We have a pouch. It's not really in a ziplock size, but almost, but I think it will be enough. So I'm gonna go ahead, make the second one, and I'm gonna talk decorations. Now that my pouches are ready, it's time for a little bit of decoration and also just stating on the pouch what is it for. And I'm gonna use this foil iron-on. I actually got it with my Cricut and I never used it before. I'm hoping it's gonna work out and look nice. I think I'm gonna match it to the two zippers I used, the blue and the red. So let's design something nice. I'm gonna measure the pouch now when it's ready. And I'm gonna design something cute, and we're gonna cut it and weed it and iron it on top of the pouch. So I read all the instructions. You need to have the shiny part, the colorful part, down on the mat, and mirror, most importantly, because it's cutting it backwards. So I'm gonna do that. So I followed the Cricut instruction, and I also seen some YouTube videos, tutorials for this, and it still came out with this kind of bubbles and raptures. It was kind of weird because I thought that it happened because I pressed it too much, but then I pressed the second one for a last time and it didn't stick, so I had to go again, and then there's spots with this bubbles and kind of melting foil on top. It's still okay. I mean, I would prefer it to be smooth, but it's still gonna serve its purpose. However, in the next one, I'm gonna use just a regular everyday iron-on. I have a white and a red here. I'm gonna use the white, I think. I used that before. I used white and black and it came out smooth, so I will stick with that, and maybe one day I'll come back to this foil and figure out how to make it better. So as I said at the beginning, we do have different type of chest sets. The two pouches that I just created, I'm gonna hold the sets that have a silicone mat that can be folded and rolled to like a very little thing to put inside. But we do have these kind of boards as well, and these can't be really folded, but they can be rolled like this. So I was thinking I'm gonna create a pouch that will hold the pieces and then figure out a way to connect the board into the pouch together. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use these two elastic to make a loop to have the board inside. I'm gonna connect it to the pouch. So I'm not gonna show you again how I created the whole pouch because it's basically starts the same. I'm right now in this stage where the zipper is in. I already sewn outside so that the lining is not gonna be cut. So this is where I'm at right now. It's right before I connect the liner to the liner and the outside fabric to the outside fabric. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pin everything down and I'm gonna pin these inside this fabric. So when I'll flip it, I'll have two loops at the bottom of the pouch. Let me show you. So I have the lining pinned down. There's gonna be an opening, zipper is open inside, of course, and I started pinning down the outside fabric. Just a little note, it is a bit shorter than the regular size. Since I'm gonna put only the pieces inside and not the board's gonna be outside, I don't need it to be as big. It's the same width because the zipper is the same zipper, but I kind of cut off a little bit from the bottom, let's say. So what I'm gonna do now, you notice I didn't pin it here. I'm just gonna take these two elastics and I'm gonna insert them inside with the opening like this. So when I'm flipping it, the stitch is gonna be all inside and the loop gonna be outside. So I'm putting it kind of not too close to the edge, just like that. I'm also not gonna do the triangles this time. I did it in the first two to make kind of flat bottom, but right now the bottom is going to be connected to the board with these loops, so I don't need it to be flat. So I'm just gonna connect it right here. And then just like before, I'm gonna run the stitch all around, going over the elastic with the opening here, of course, to flip it. And when I'm done with that, I'm just gonna flip and stitch the opening because I'm not doing the triangle, as I said. So we're gonna take it to the machine, we're gonna do that, and I'll show you the outcome. I closed the lining as well, the opening that we have to flip it, and check it out. We have the board, we're putting it in, and now we have the board connected to the pouch that's gonna hold the pieces. Now that we have this ready, I'm gonna make another one, but I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna work on the decoration. Like I said, I wasn't very successful with the foil iron-on. For some reason, there was a lot of bubbles, so I'm gonna make the same design, maybe a tad smaller, just because it's a smaller pouch, and I'm gonna make it with the white everyday iron-on. So let's go do that, and then we'll be done, and we can start organize and show you how it looks.